This is not a video I planned for today, but I think I really need to talk about the new banner that Genshin Impact is implementing, because it is not what it seems to be at first glance. The banner has positive aspects, but the flaws way outshine the good in this banner. Let me first go over the comparison between the new banner and the other banners and how that works, but a bit simplified. The character banner basically works that when you get your 5-star, you have a coin flip. If you get the featured 5-star or lose the so-called 50-50 and get a standard banner 5-star. After that, the next 5-star is guaranteed to be the featured character. This guarantee carries over to other character banners, even when the banner switches over to a new banner. The weapon banner has a similar system. You have a 75% chance to get one of the 2 featured weapons and a 25% chance to get a standard banner weapon of the 5 stars. If you lose 2 times to weapons you didn't select at your optimized path, you get with the first 5-star guaranteed the weapon of your choice. This guarantee does not carry over to the next weapon banner. Both those banners use intertwined fates. The new banner also uses intertwined fates, which I think is okay. Instead of 1 featured 5-star, it has multiple. In the case of the upcoming banner, those would be Klee, Eula, Albedo, Mona, Jean, and Diluc, of which Klee, Eula, and Albedo are limited 5-star characters. You can choose a character as the character you want. When you then go to the coin flip for a 5-star, you either get the character of your choice or lose to one of the other characters on this banner. So yes, let's say you go for Eula. You could lose to a Klee, for example, which is kind of wild to me. But after that, the next 5-star would be guaranteed to be Eula. The problem is, this also works with fate points. And they were also like before the fate points on the weapon banner worked. They do not carry over to the next banner. And this is where my issue lies. Yes, when you have your 180 fates saved up, it is basically like a normal banner. Just get the character you want with the guarantee if need be. But many people try their luck with a 50-50, or just don't have enough Primogems to get over a 50-50. If they then lose that 50-50, it's basically, let's say, 80 wishes down the drain, because the fate points don't carry over, which they totally should. I even would say it should share pity with the other limited character banner that is going on at the moment, but I kind of get a bit why it doesn't. I just think it would be a nice thing, because now there is another banner to spend your fates on, but your fate and Primogem income didn't change at all. The only positive I give this banner is the weapon banner side of it. Here it is a bit better than the normal weapon banner. You also choose 1 weapon of your choosing. Note here that you can only either choose a character or a weapon, because this decides which side you're pulling on. You can obviously also change your selection. If you lose the 50-50, next time you get the weapon of your choice, and you can only lose 2 weapons on this banner. This is great. It is only 1 50-50 before you get what you want, instead of 2 50-50s. This should be the standard for the normal weapon banner if we're being honest. That's why this is the only positive thing I will give this banner. And maybe the fact that this also makes lesser desired characters rerun faster. And I don't mean that those characters are hated or bad. I just mean that the characters shown here, Eula, Klee, and Albedo, do not rerun often and have banners that are on the lower end of making profit for Hoyoverse. My biggest gripe, and why I will totally say, be careful, this banner can scam your heart out of your Primogems as a F2P if you're not being careful how you spend the Primogems and only go for a 50-50. I would strongly advise against pulling on this banner if you have under around 160 to 180 wishes. If you really love a unit, then go for it obviously. It's your account, as I said in my last video already. But I just want to put a reminder here also for new players that are unsure about the units. On this banner I just talked about are 3 limited 5-star units and 3 standard banner units. You can always lose your 50-50 to Jean, Diluc, and Mona. This new banner is the only way to guarantee those 3. Mona and Diluc are slightly outdated, while Jean shines with Furina, one of the best units in the game, who will probably rerun soon. 4.6 is my bet. Klee, Eula, and Albedo are also outdated or niche units. Klee is sadly clunky to play. even though she is one of the most adorable characters in this game. Eula has an amazing character and big numbers. The problem is, physical is just never the best option. Even Geo is a better option if you are into brute force. And Albedo is, well, his flower elevator is buggy as hell and just breaks sometimes randomly. And he generally just is outshined or outclassed. While you have on the other character banners of this patch, Chiori and Ito, two Geo units, and as I just said, those probably outshine Eula teams and need kinda the same investment, which is a high investment. And then Nobilette and Kazuha, two of the most broken units. Nobilette and Kazuha do not really need a lot of investment and will carry your account really easily. And as I said, 4.6 will probably feature Furina's first rerun, which will make your account also amazing. I would strongly advise you to go for these 3 units instead of this new banner type. But in the end, do with your time, account, and money whatever you want. I can only strongly advise you to be careful if you are F2P or a new player.